Look at you. You're so hip. Have you seen that? Have you seen that guy who works out, who like accrued 2 million followers last year, and he just clips a little road on his hat, and he just goes about his day making like 7,000 calorie meals, and then he just goes to the gym, and he's just talking to the camera like, oh yeah,
I have
worked
no
out.
idea who you're talking about.
I can't remember his name. I'll have to look him up. I'll send you. Welcome to Editor.
Welcome to Editor.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. It's way too late to say Happy New Year still. I'm sorry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's just the fourth weekend of the year.
I still can't believe this is the first time I've seen you this year, though.
Yeah. We've been busy, but and that's what I want to talk. I want to talk about what we've been up to.
What have we been up to?
A lot.
Yeah. A lot.
And I want to talk about just like what are we doing? What's going on for this year? I feel like, yeah, there we go. It's not even just more of you. It's just like the table, the line of the table at the bottom here is what would have bugged me. Just had to center that up a little bit more.
So tempted to just knock it.
Just knock it over.
Yeah.
What have you been up to since, I think the last time we did it like an editor recording. Do we need to switch sides?
No, you have like googly eyes.
Oh yeah, there's googly eyes
okay,
on this. Yeah, there's googly eyes everywhere in this in my office. Yeah, I think this is the first time we've actually together recorded the editor show in my office. During COVID,
we had one more in here. Oh, it was downstairs.
Yeah, we've done it in the house.
Yeah.
But we haven't done one in here.
No, I've never sat at this table to do a show or record.
Yeah, firsts. First show of the year, first show at my desk.
It's bright.
Yeah.
You got your lights.
Got the dome. Yeah, it's just ready to go.
No colored lights in the background? Or?
Oh, I forgot to turn them on. That's not part of my Siri
well, they can't be, right?
command. No. I guess if I could somehow get the USB-C to turn these on to trigger that.
You'd have to be a switch.
Yeah.
But they don't default on, right? Well, the MCs have a switch.
They do. They have a physical
But they also
switch.
have like a
but
sleep mode.
some of the aperture lights have a... okay, I just hit 2. There's a preset, yeah. Okay, we'll switch sides.
No.
Some of the aperture lights have studio mode where when they receive power, they will
That's right, yeah.
turn on. But
The
I don't.
P300s have that.
Yeah, I don't think the MCs.
And the Godox ones do too, but you have to do something to make it work. You have to
really?
hold a configuration so that it goes into that. Yeah, I remember I did it because
You put it on a
my
clock.
power would cycle and
Oh right, and they would turn on. Yeah, that was
I'd
on.
come in and everything would be on.
Although that's what happens with these Philips Hue plugs. If the power goes out and then the power comes back, they're on. And Lauren's come home from work before me and just be like, Kyle, why did you leave all your stuff on? I was like, oh no, the power must have gone out. Check the microwave or oven clock. And oh yeah, it's blinking. The power went out. So I need to figure out how to not have the Philips stuff do that as well. Yeah.
So what have we been up to?
Yeah, what have we been up to?
Well, last I saw you was at your family's house, I think.
Yeah, and we made, you let me borrow the instant cameras, the Leica SOFORT 2 and the Fuji Instax Mini Evo.
Yeah, and you had a video drop on that today. You did a good job.
Yeah, the day of recording that video. Thank you. You did a great job. Like, I basically just stole all your information from the your blog post.
My tome. Yeah. And I keep thinking of like, oh, I should have also done this and this. And
yeah.
I could easily add another 2,000 words to that.
And I should have mentioned, I didn't quite articulate that if my Fuji Instax SP2 printer dies, buying the current version of this is about the same as the Mini Evo.
Yeah, you might as well get the Evo.
So if this dies, I would replace it with a Mini Evo.
Yeah.
That I didn't quite articulate in my ending. But I was also very tired that day. I was like recovering from the cold.
You still kept the energy up during the video.
I tried.
Yeah, so after that, you and I both traveled. You went to
San Diego for my mom's birthday.
And I was in Florida, met up
Yeah.
with one of the members of the Marchive for the first time, which was nice.
Yeah.
It was the...
West meets East Marchive. Yeah. If you remember from early editor episodes, we need to do another Marchive episode, to be honest. Get Javi, Scott, Mark, you, me, maybe Linus, if he wants to torture himself with our presence.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was the East and West delegations finally meeting up. We had a blast.
In Orlando?
In Orlando.
You guys went to Orlando.
Yeah. But somewhere on the flight back, I got super sick. I was fine getting on the flight.
Yeah.
2 hours into the flight, it was a 6-hour flight. I started feeling tight in my chest.
Yeah.
Started burning. By the time the flight was over, I was coughing. Then I had to drive from Los Angeles to the Central Valley.
Oh, you flew into LAX?
Yeah.
Okay.
My kids were with my sister.
I know. You went to Orlando and you didn't take your kids?
No, it was good. No, they had a blast with my sister.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great for them.
They're in LA. Yeah.
Well, they traveled with her and all that stuff too.
Oh, okay.
They went to water parks and shit. So
nice.
So they had a lot of fun with her. But yeah, I got super sick by the time, but like halfway home.
Sheesh.
I was done, and Elise drove, and
yeah,
I was super sick. So I guess I got the flu. That's what I tested for. Never got COVID.
That's good.
And then that turned into pneumonia.
Sheesh.
So it was the sickest I've been in my marriage for sure.
Yeah.
Of almost 14 years.
Good thing you married a nurse.
No, well, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. I was completely done for over a week. And then
yeah, like fully bedridden.
At least, yeah, I was bedridden like literally for over a week.
Damn.
Could barely breathe, had to have breathing treatments, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, Elise got it. My son got it.
Oh, so then it just trickled through the rest of
my daughter didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
Which is so weird. We did separate everybody, so we tried. Yeah. But she didn't get it. But yeah, they were much better off.
Oh, good.
I had a flu shot, didn't do shit. Or this flu was so bad it would have killed me and the flu shot saved my life.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah, you never know.
But yeah, and I'm literally still recovering from that.
Yeah.
To this day.
Still taking it easy.
Had a birthday.
Yeah.
And then that's about it. I mean, just working on the house, working on things I don't want to mention quite yet.
Oh.
Well, but yeah.
Always got something up your sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you sent me this book. It's been sitting on my desk here. So what was this was your Christmas gift to the Marchive? Did every member of the Marchive
Everyone got it.
How did you find...
So the Gen X readers are really... It's first of all... this doesn't hold up. Just so you know, just to be clear, the Gen X Reader is a pretty famous book, but it's really funny. It's supposed to be capture the kind of the sentiment, the wider sentiment of Generation X.
Yeah, we thought Lauren was like,
has she been through it?
No, but she flipped through it when I first opened it up, and she was like, "Oh, I need to give this to my mom." Her mom's technically like an early Gen X, and
I'm like either a geriatric millennial or a the latest possible Gen X.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pages were marked.
Yeah.
And you guys never figure out my things.
No.
For the year, but
Scott
has come closest.
We need to. So like, yeah. Do I need to like cross consult the other Marchive?
Usually
to figure
you do.
Out, yeah. I have that cube with the colors. I still haven't figured out with this was your gift last year.
Yeah.
I have it right here. I saved it from the
Marchive always gets little
purging.
Gifts.
The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows.
This is funny too. And there's cards in them. On the pages.
So these cards on these pages mean something.
Do you have the CMY cube?
Let me grab. Yeah.
I'm not gonna reveal it though.
Why?
Nobody's figured it out. Scott has come closest.
Where's the color cube? I'm trying to make Gilbert decipher his Christmas
Unable
gift.
to settle the question of whether you're doing okay in life.
Feeling
color. Torn between conflicting value systems and moving goalposts, which makes you long for someone to come along and score your progress in discrete measurable units. This is a funny book. I really enjoy it. Definitely worth a read. John Koenig.
Okay, here's the cube. I gotta let it get a little dusty. This thing's a trip.
No, they're amazing. I guess they've become big on Instagram because I see them all over the place now. But before that, they were what's his face? Vsauce was
Yeah.
kind of the guy who discovered them, I guess, and included them in his mystery boxes. So I figured out where he got them, and but yeah, you can see the combined colors and see how color, works, especially when you look at it in like a corner. It's really neat. But anyway, I will tell you, the most I'll say is that it has to do with this and this.
Yeah.
Something will happen.
Something will happen.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if the cards are in the right spot anymore.
I could tell that one's not.
Yeah. Lauren had at it, so.
Yeah. It always happens, like the kids or whatever, or the spouse or partner or what have you.
So wait, you didn't take your kids to Orlando? Did Scott bring his kids?
No.
It was just adults
No,
only?
there would have been like 25 people there.
Yeah.
Scott has 5,000 kids. So
upwards of.
They're all great kids. Don't get me wrong. All of them, mine, his. But yeah, no, we just wanted to do what we went to do. Went there for.
Am I getting close?
I'm not gonna say anything. You're not. I'm not. There's no way. But the Gen X readers. There's some stuff in there I'm still laughing about, just thinking about. But I had a good time reading it. I also get myself copies of the.
Yeah, I figured.
The yearly.
Well,
thing.
I figure you've.
My CMY cube is way bigger.
You have the huge one, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know. Hair on my face. I didn't know that I was getting them. And I'm like, holy shit, these are super expensive. So
you found the smaller size.
That's the normal size.
This is you got the giant.
Yeah. That's like the normal size.
Oh.
So, but yeah. I thought we recorded. No, you recorded. I've been busy. Playing with lenses.
Yeah, we haven't talked about. You got a huge lens.
Yeah, we won't talk about that yet. That'll be for later.
All right.
Yeah, but the Sofort and the Instax,
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I like them both. I'm just like you. I wouldn't buy the Sofort again.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. And your point about the ecosystem is the same thing I felt, which was like there's so much about it that you can do. Yeah. To enhance it, cases and adapters and
the Mini Evo, tons of cool accessories. Right. Sofort, not so much.
But at the same time, the Sofort, I feel way more comfortable like chucking that in a bag and stuff because it just feels more robust where it needs to.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more ergonomic for me. It's a little easier for me to use.
Yeah.
But whatever, don't waste your money on it unless you really want something that looks like a modern Dieter, what's his name? Dieter Rams washing
designed
machine. Like a washing machine.
But I couldn't get over the delay of pressing the shutter and it actually taking a picture.
I didn't mind that because if you read my piece, like it's about it's really that part of it to me is intended for the kids. You're gonna get way better photos with your phone. Way better. So send them over, and both apps work really well.
Yeah.
For that thing though, the SP2
this app is
garbage.
It's from an iPhone 4.
Yeah, and it's still that resolution, like the hard coded resolution. I'm surprised they even let it stay in the App Store.
Yeah.
But it works. It works. It's just hard because it connects via Wi-Fi too. These are Bluetooth LE, and so they connect super fast, and they're always detected. And the Leica has a little bit of affordances for Apple, kind of like GoPro.
Yeah.
So it does have a little bit of a difference there in terms of like how it talks to the app, but they're both basically the same, so it doesn't really matter. I like how they both look.
Yeah.
They're just really fun cameras.
They are fun. Yeah.
I love printing stuff, and I bought an album. So,
to slip your
minis. It's like something along this size, and it's got the the laminate pages.
Yeah.
And so
you drop them in, slide them in.
Drop them in, slide them in.
Nice.
And we've shot many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have really been loving this, and I made a short. I haven't actually made a long form video about this, but I've been playing with this Olympus Pin EE half frame camera, and I love it.
It's fantastic. Yeah. It's one of the best buys in half frames. There are others out there, like I'm not going to get into that, but
that's a whole rabbit hole.
This is still really great.
Yeah, There's still some stuff I could clean out better, but
Yeah.
I'll do it after I finish this roll of film.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a new year.
That's a new year.
I don't think for last year we like talked about it, but in
No, we did.
20, did we? Oh,
Yeah, like our
our
theme for the years.
Our theme for the year, yeah. Do you have a theme for 24?
I have
survival.
survival is kind of a good one, but I haven't really thought. I actually have thought a lot about it, and my theme, the thing I keep coming back to is like there is no theme. That's kind of
chaos.
Where I'm at.
Chaos is the
Yeah. No. Well, it's
ruler
not
of the
chaos.
universe.
Like, it's just. I've kind of gone off of the themes.
yeah.
Not in the resolution sense or a theme sense. Like I still have a kind of a thought in my mind that I kind of think about, for the whole year.
Yeah.
And right now it's still, all about just health and something I also don't want to mention quite yet.
Oh, okay.
That's a surprise.
A surprise.
But I've been doubling down on photography.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big, in terms of creatively and more writing.
Yes.
So those are things that I've been doing that I plan on holding throughout the year, but I have some big kind of health stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So I just got to prepare for that. And so a lot of like paring down, decluttering, and, what if I die? That kind of stuff, like in surgery or whatever. But, you have to think about that stuff.
Got to be ready.
You know.
Have that contingency plan.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make sure things are lined up for that.
Please don't die.
No, I try my best.
But also.
No desire to.
Good.
But those are really the things that are going on in my mind this year. Like I just have to maintain as best as possible.
Maintain.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even say it's a year of maintenance, because beyond that, it's very active maintenance.
Yeah.
So, and it's all aspects, but really just, if anything, creatively anyway, it's really just really falling in love with still photography more and more every year. So.
Yeah.
That's what about
awesome. Yeah, I can't think of the right word for it. And we were spitballing this when we were trying to plan what we were going to talk about. I guess frugality, saving, the year of saving. I'm trying to save money. Lauren and I got married in 2021, and we kind of went all out.
You did. I still chuckle about that.
We did not put ourselves in debt
to
do it, but we spent probably more than we should have, and I just never really built that savings back up. And we always had a little, the bare minimum of a safety net, but I'd like to kind of just build up and save up and have a robust safety net.
Yeah.
And so I am not buying any camera gear unless we get a job that specifically calls for something. But even then,
that has to be paid for. Yeah,
it'll be paid for by it, or
rent,
we rent it. Yeah. I did tell you, I did buy one thing. I have purchased one thing this year, and it's not even going to show up till April. But it's that new Belkin MagSafe phone holder that talks to the regular camera app and will track you.
Yeah,
that just seems so cool.
It's cool because it removes, like, for example, I have that Osmo thing.
Yeah,
and it does the same thing, but it's way more friction.
Yeah, you've got to open an app on your phone because the screen is real tiny on the Osmo Pocket, and then it doesn't really have a good tripod.
No, it does.
Oh, it does?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
because
okay.
it you can screw on the tripod thing to it. It gives
okay.
Kind of like almost looks like this.
That said, I don't recall if this Belkin thing has a tripod thread on the bottom, but I'll just set it wherever and hit record and tap on me, and it'll just follow me.
And the fact that it's MagSafe, you do have to. The other one's magnetic, but you have to put on the little magnetic clip, which isn't a big deal actually. But
for the
Osmo, and it does.
Osmo Mobile.
It tracks extremely well, shockingly well.
But you have to use the DJI app.
You have to use the DJI, which is not terrible.
I'm not. The other thing I want to find out is if this Belkin thing will work with the Blackmagic app. I've really fallen in love with the Blackmagic app and the ability to record Apple Log, not just in ProRes, HQ, like the standard app
That's a ton of space.
does. I can do ProRes Lite. I can even force it to do H.265, but still do Apple Log. A lot of my New Food Fridays videos are Apple Log in H.265 in the Blackmagic Cam app.
Nice.
So yeah, I want to see if it interfaces with that. But the reason I justified it was there's so many of these Apple class action lawsuits that are finally paying out. And
I really do get about $100 a month from various lawsuits from Apple.
Just like, oh yeah, the Genius Bar overcharged you for replacing your phone.
So
here's
many
$100.
So many.
Yeah, I forget. That's the big one. That's the one that's the most. And they're like finally digging up like, oh yeah, you paid for that one, or like online services or something. Yeah. So thanks, Apple, for paying for it. Shame on you for overcharging us, I guess, in the past, but it's nice to have some funny money to...
Yeah, do you remember my what was it, 2015 MacBook Pro? How the battery blew up?
Oh, yeah. Yes, you had a spicy pillow.
Yeah, and I paid for that.
Oh, they made you pay for that repair?
And then like 2 weeks after I paid for that repair, they rolled out a program for recalls and then they were like, no, we can't cover it. So I was really pissed about it.
They couldn't reimburse you about it.
There was a lawsuit about that, and I got reimbursed for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it does average out to about it averages out to about $100 a month now. It's really funny, which is great because I pay fucking Apple $50 plus a month for their stupid services. So they're, I mean, stupid. I use them all. I try. I've been back on Spotify.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. But it's because they're like, try it again for 90 days.
They give you for $1 for 90
No, for free. For free. It was just, free. 3 months. So I've been using it. I'm like, okay, this is great, but not worth it.
Yeah, to pay over, you're already paying for it in Apple One. So
so I've just been putting Apple Music back on my phone because I'm getting ready to go back into that.
Yeah. Well, it puts itself back on your phone, so...
and then when the bug that I filed radars for years, and then until some celebrity said it.
Why is Apple Music?
When you reinstall it reinstalls on your dock.
Yeah,
it pushes all your apps away.
It required someone with a few more followers.
Yeah,
than
and
us
then Apple's
really...
like, yeah, it's a bug. Okay, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, fine, whatever. Apple stuff. Vision Pro is coming out.
Yeah.
I have no fucking desire for that thing either.
I don't want to own one, but I want to borrow one for a week.
I was down to let that happen, and then I was like, nah, fuck this. Because
you had one in a pre-order, and you canceled it. But you're gonna be traveling.
We're both too busy to benefit from it in the time. I wouldn't have kept it, but
honestly, the main thing I want to play with is how do the videos look from filming spatial video on the iPhone 15 Pro in the Vision Pro. How does that look? And how does stuff filmed on the Canon 180 VR lens, the 5.2 millimeter 180 VR lens look?
I've seen a ton of that stuff already.
You have I
have a Quest 3 now.
Yeah.
And Quest 1. And the 180 VR stuff is just very limited, and it's not going to be any better on the Vision Pro. It's particularly because most of the time the resolution is not there anyway.
Right.
But the Vision Pro does... So there's a ton of stuff that the Vision Pro does really, really well. Whatever. That'll be for after the show. Okay. But there's a ton of the stuff that the Vision Pro does really well.
Sure.
I think the killer feature, and it's funny because I was talking about this with one of our mutual friends, and then all of a sudden The Verge posted an article about it.
Yeah.
I didn't read the article because you know me.
But the headline came out.
But the headline, I was like, well, that's the fucking same thing I said. So it was really funny. But there was the web is the killer app for the Vision Pro. Was their conceit, which was also mine. It was basically there's nothing. And I've tried many headsets. Our friends have tried countless headsets and owned countless headsets. But there's nothing out there that can do what the Vision Pro will do in terms of the web experience.
Oh.
There's no good browsers on any of the Meta platforms. The Meta's browser is garbage.
There's a Firefox.
Firefox was on it. They just left that platform and transferred all the assets to a company called Wolvict or something like that. And it's still real piecemeal, but the benefit of that is you can run extensions, so you can have like ad blockers and have more privacy features. All the privacy stuff for Vision Pro is baked in still, which is great. And so you're getting a real Safari experience.
Yeah.
And that alone is a huge deal.
Yeah.
If you're going to actually use it for work, and the fact that it's such better resolution and
that's
persistence.
That's what Apple's pushing it as a spatial computer.
Yeah. So the whole idea,
that's the
other thing. Like the whole idea of spatial computing is not that important to me. I don't give a shit about integrating with the world around me. And in fact, it concerns me because one of the great things about, and this has nothing to do with porn, but one of the great things you spell, this is porn.
I didn't know.
There's porn.
I didn't expect that was going to be the thing you were going to say.
But basically, like using the Quest in the dark to watch a movie, like laying in bed or something like that. The Vision Pro is not really well suited for that. There are some IR sensors that fire outward, but you're stuck with only your hands as an interface.
So it needs to see...
That's not actually true. You can pair a mouse or trackpad and a keyboard.
Yeah.
So I could have, like, for example, a mouse by my bedside and run a pointer, and that's really weird. But for example, like you can use your hands in a comfortable position.
Yeah,
like from
the cameras are looking almost straight
but when
down.
in a dark room, when
the IR blaster's not straight
so
down.
And the Quest, what it'll do is it'll default to like almost like rudimentary like relative motion tracking from the accelerometers and the controllers.
Yeah,
so you can still, even though it can't track you in any way, you can still use the controllers.
Yeah.
And the Vision Pro, I don't think is going to be great for that. The viewing and the movie experience is far superior. The persistence,
because of the resolution and
also like there's lots of different apps for Quest, like Big Room or whatever. I'm probably mangling these names. I do use them, but and then every app has a different way of like orienting the screen, and whether it's curved or flat, and then how you orient it in space or reset it relative to your head position or whatever, or if it tracks it, or every app has a different like way of thinking about that.
Yeah.
And the Vision Pro does nail that pretty good. They don't have many qualms. And then of course there's the Mac interfacing. You get one screen for your Mac.
Extend your Mac.
Yeah, so it's just basically like just AirPlay.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I was like, ooh, I kind of do want to see what it's like to have a thing on and have my MacBook and then open up Final Cut.
Yeah. I mean, you get a big screen, but then it's like
my Wi-Fi. I would need Wi-Fi 7 to be able to.
And it doesn't support Wi-Fi 7.
Wow. Yeah.
But then also it's like it's very limited in how you can do it. But you could throw up other Safari, and then everybody's pulling support for it, for their unchecking the box in the developer
for their
settings,
iPad
for
app.
the iPad apps that would go over.
It's okay. Instagram still doesn't have an iPad app anyway.
And then you kind of can start to see a little bit more of the point of mission control, or whatever it's called. Not mission control. Sidecar. Stage manager. That's what it is. Yeah.
Because that feels like the Vision Pro in the iPad or on the Mac. I
or on the iPad.
Off.
It's absolute horseshit on iPad or Mac. It's the worst, but it makes a little bit more sense in the Vision Pro. Yeah, but it still sucks. I think for me, there's a few things that need to happen for me to justify owning something like that, even if it's the best in class experience. First of all, it's not worth the money. I do spend that much on a lens.
Sure,
but that'll also last me the rest of my life. It retains its value, and you could argue that the Vision Pro will probably retain its value, but I don't know, because the second generation comes out, then all of a sudden it tanks. But
in 20 years, when you say you have the very first Vision Pro,
maybe. So several things need to happen. First, it needs to be lighter. Second, it needs to be about 1/3 the price max.
Yeah.
Third, it needs to really figure out what it's for, because I still think they're in that early Apple Watch phase where they thought it was going to be one thing, but then it ended up being something completely different.
It was always about health.
No, it wasn't. It was like, I mean, remember, there was a $17,000 Apple Watch.
The
$10,000
ceramic,
the gold. The gold. No, it was just gold, like straight up gold.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it was literally
first gen Apple Watch battery still.
Yeah. And then, because everybody's like, oh, maybe because it's the S chip or whatever, the system on chip, you could probably swap it out, and it ended up being all bullshit. They're all the same. and even now, basically everything since the Series 5 is the same watch.
Yeah.
And then, the fourth thing is that they need to get rid of the fucking external battery. Because, like, for example, like, they use MagSafe on the side, which is fine.
But it's MagSafe, but it also looks more like the Apple Watch puck.
Yeah, so you turn your head, if I'm in bed and watching a movie, and I turn a little bit, and that thing pops off, there's no backup battery for it.
Yeah,
so it just cuts off the entire experience. And it's like, that's how jarring is that?
Where'd I go?
And I know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen to people. I'm
not saying it's that big of a deal. If you die in the game, you die in real life. And it's just a little...
From using DJI stuff, I have a ton of experience flying in headsets with an external battery.
Yeah.
I am stationary. I am very focused on flying.
At the back of your car.
Yeah, I'm very focused on flying, and the battery has no effect on me whatsoever. But for something where I'm moving around, where I'm interacting literally with the augmented world around me, it's
gonna pop. You put a hat on over and then clip it on the back of your hat. I don't know.
I'm sure there'll be accessories to do it because it'll also balance the load between the front.
If you clip it on the back of the strap.
So yeah, and I do have extended batteries for the Quest where you do clip it on your back.
Oh.
And then the other thing is like if I'm gonna watch a movie, the battery life cannot. I mean, you couldn't watch Killers of the Flower Moon in one battery.
3.5 hours. Yeah, it's just 2 hours. Right?
Yeah, and then that's a optimistic 2 hours, and then that's going to degrade over time.
Yeah.
The batteries are $200 each. It's like you can plug a USB-C cable into the battery, but then you're tethered even worse.
Yeah.
So the Quest,
or you just have. I had a battery bank, a battery bank, and a battery bank into a battery bank into your headset
with a little adapter.
Yeah.
Pigtail type thing.
At least it's not lightning.
I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not unhappy that it exists because I do think it's going to push the rest of the space forward.
Yeah.
But as far as being viable for something that I give a shit about, absolutely not.
It's not an iPod. It's not. It's not that thing that everybody needs to get. It's very weird. I saw some speculation that some people are like, Apple wants this to fail.
It's probably going to be, well, really it's a developer platform right now.
It should have just been Vision SDK or DK.
I mean, they did have it, and it was very limited the way they rolled it out. And I'm not going to say that there's not going to be some great stuff for it, because the Apple developer community is really great at doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of one of the benefits of being in the Apple ecosystem. But, I'm happy it exists to the extent that I think people are going to be more interested in these types of things, and it'll push things like the Meta Quest forward. I don't love that Meta Quest is a Facebook product, but then again, I'm on fucking Instagram now, so, what are you going to do?
They're getting their fingers into you.
Yeah, and then they made you log into it, but also it does everything I want it to do. The movie watching experience is excellent on it. It actually sounds shockingly good. The resolution's way higher than any of the others.
And you don't even have the Pro, you just have the regular.
No, and in fact, the 3 is actually better than the Pro in some ways. For example, it has the IR, the blasters that fire forward.
Those 3.
So it can figure out your room more quickly. And you don't have to do the whole room scale setup and all that stuff. So it does it automatically. But and then it sounds better, and then the resolution is higher. So
really, I didn't really
either higher or the same.
I haven't followed. Yeah.
The only thing is like as far as like it's a little bit grayer. So I think are they OLEDs in the Pro? I can't remember.
Same resolution, but OLED.
Yeah, or something like that. But anyway, in many ways it's superior to the Pro. In some things that the Pro does better, but it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
At $500, if you buy 7 of them for, I'd rather get everybody in the Archive one
instead of one Vision Pro.
And get one Vision Pro. It just feels so stupid.
Yeah.
I would use it. Don't get me wrong. If I had it, I would use it, and I'd probably find the ways to justify. Don't worry. Come February 2nd, all the Apple faithful will be talking out of their ass about how wonderful it is, and how it's changing their lives.
The people who've already gotten to sit down in Cupertino or LA or New York and got to play with it.
And the people that I've talked to that have gotten to do that are, and many of them are indifferent. The people that are public and need something to talk about that are more. As usual, Quinn Nelson is the pretty good sense on it. Like he likes
stuff. He likes Apple stuff, but he's also still critical. He's not pulling punches.
He never won't be straightforward about it. which I like. But
Yeah.
I don't always agree with them, but more often than not, I do.
My main question is, how many days will it take before someone uploads the video? And I kind of wanted it to be us. I drove a car wearing Vision Pro.
Dude,
Day
don't
one,
even get me started.
24 hours.
There'll be
hours.
some fucking TikTok about it or whatever, Instagram.
Here's how low the lag is between the cameras in your eyes and the Vision Pro.
Yeah.
I can drive a car.
Yeah. Do you remember like how they were all about like, oh, it's a personal communicator and all that
The
stuff,
Apple
like
Watch.
with the eyes and with all that stuff with the Vision Pro now. I feel like that's all going to be just, it'll be around still, but it'll all go
That's
away.
not going to be the main.
Like they took
conceit.
away so much of that stuff on the Apple Watch, like it holding for your heartbeat and all that, sending your heartbeat to people.
Yeah.
And all that
Oh, we don't have walkie-talkie on. Hey Gilbert,
Yeah.
what's up?
walkie-talkie. It's one of the first
turn it
apps I
off.
delete. I'm so happy you can delete it, like because you know Apple.
I just have it off.
No, because my daughter has an Apple Watch. That's her phone.
Oh yeah, right.
So and then I was like, now we're deleting this.
Walkie-talkie you.
Walkie-talkie me. It's just too much.
Just
Well, it gives me like, it triggers me. It reminds me of having a Nextel and having to work with somebody go boop in your all day, every day. If you didn't have to experience that, you're lucky because that was
The 90s were
it was
a weird
gnarly.
time.
Yeah.
Speaking of Meta products, I do have a Meta product coming, and again, I justified this
Kind of excited about it actually.
because I need glasses. I got my cousin my cousin is my optometrist, and he was, I got my eyes checked. I made the video about what it's like to film on the iPhone, and I actually got my eyes checked, and I was actually due for a new set of glasses, and I just was like, can you put if you put my prescription in the Ray-Ban Meta second generation glasses, can it count? And they were like, yeah, for sure. So I was really hoping I would have them by now, but I have some Ray-Bans with Meta smarts and a camera in them. I'm really excited to take them to concerts and stuff and places that I can't really take a camera.
What's funny is
But they just look like my glasses.
What's funny, well, people will figure it out eventually, but it takes a while. Like Apple Pay took a while. Everybody gets it. But
this isn't a well-adopted.
So I've been on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And concerts are the fucking worst on Instagram because the stage is horizontal.
Yeah.
And it only shoots vertical video, right?
No, it shoots a square.
It does?
I believe it shoots the first generation one shot a square, and then you got to pick horizontal or vertical. Someone
I know has them on. I'd probably be wrong about it. I hope I am. Square's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because
that's the original conceit of Instagram, but and as well, but it makes more sense. But yeah, everything I've seen from people sending me, as I have some people send me stuff from it, has been only portrait video.
Primarily, yeah.
And it's like I'm at the Daytona 500 or whatever, and it's fucking. And then I see a lot of tennis content on Instagram, and it's they pan and scan the tennis court, and the tennis court is usually from the top down, and you'd think it would work, but it's not. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't work.
It's too wide. It still needs to be. They use all that space in broadcast.
That's true.
So just that kind of stuff bothers me, and because your eyes are horizontal, and I'm not saying I'm a total against.
Anti-vertical.
I'm not anti-vertical video. In fact, there's some stuff that's really well suited for that.
Sure.
Filming your kid on playing with a kite.
As they get yanked into the sky.
Yeah, but in fact, I think people have really some people have really mastered the medium and the format, and it's fine. There's a place for it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it just trips me out. I hope you can't do any horizontal video at all with it. So I would get disoriented is what I'm saying. Because I'm looking with stereo vision on, but then it's this.
Oh, there's only one camera is the light, one temple is the light, one temple is the camera.
The I'm recording light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe the first generation shot a square, so you could punch out 16:9 vertical, horizontal.
That would be better.
Yeah.
What do you know? What is it? 50 mil, 35 mil?
I don't, so I'm gonna figure that out.
It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah. I that's the thing is this intrigues me because
from what I understand, it's a good product. And then also on my Instagram account, I have access to the little AI thing, and it's the same AI thing in your head.
The Facebook.
Does it actually work?
supposedly.
Yeah.
So I get Marquez Brownlee got early access to like the multimodal version of it. So like you can say Meta, what am I looking at? And it takes a picture and then the AI analyzes it and then tells you what you're looking at.
Disturbing.
Yeah.
But also could be cool. I don't know.
I think it's a very
Like
cool
if you look at,
accessibility.
like what is this pill? That kind of stuff,
That, but also just like, like
Crossing the street.
Stephen Aquino's,
Yeah.
like the accessibility implications of it, I think are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Apple comes out with I was thinking it would be funny to, the Dyson thing. What's it called? The Zone.
Oh, the
It goes across your face and it's got noise canceling headphones.
Yeah.
Wear that with the noise canceling headphones over some AirPod Pros 2s, USB-C only, because that's the only ones that work.
That's the only ones working.
With a Vision Pro on an airplane.
You go full.
That should be the first video.
That's the new.
That's the video I'm wearing. The new Daft Punk helmet. That's perfect. That'd be great.
Or Tron 3. Tron 3
yeah.
Has been greenlit. Hopefully someone is wearing an Apple Vision Pro with the Dyson headphones.
It's the Zone, right? It's what's called Zone.
I think so.
Are they just ANC headphones, or do they actually transmit sound too, like from your phone? Are they like Bose Sound Sleeps, whatever, where they only...
Oh, yeah. They're Bluetooth headphones.
They are Bluetooth headphones?
Yeah.
Because I know the key thing was the ANC, because the whole Zone concept, you have your own little space.
Yeah.
Plus the air filtration.
Your own arrow.
I mean, it looks like the Ant-Man helmet.
It does, yeah.
It's got that vibe about it. And then add a Vision Pro with your fucking weird eyes.
Yeah.
It'd be so great. I could not bring myself to wear a Vision Pro on an airplane or a Quest. I just couldn't do it.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I'll have a Biscoff cookie. I've had this since I got back from.
Elise loves those.
Here, give it to Elise.
This is Netherlands.
No, no. I got this. What was the last flight I did? Not New York.
Probably New York.
No, Houston.
You just went to Houston.
Yeah,
that's right.
visiting Lauren's brother in Houston.
Oh yeah. Tell me about tell me about Houston.
Oh man, Houston's a trip.
It is.
It's so. I thought Fresno was sprawling. Man, Houston
not even close.
Is sprawling.
Yeah. That's massive. I rode around a lot of Houston.
Yeah. You guys, a part of the trip, which we still haven't done a
debrief on that.
Debrief on that.
I haven't even finished that. I really have almost now 33,000 words.
I can't wait
that
for
haven't been posted.
The blog drop.
Yeah.
The blog fathered just huge.
Maybe.
Drop it. Just set it free.
We'll see.
And going to Galveston and
that's on the coast.
Yeah.
It's on the coast, yeah.
Going to the beach that wasn't really a beach that we could like actually hang out by. But I wanted to see the.
You went to the Space Center?
Yeah, and the Space Center was
awesome.
awesome.
Space shuttles. Well, the what are they like? It's like a fake one, but it was used, right?
It's now like a museum piece.
Yeah.
I think it had use in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I thought the one in Houston was like a really good replica or something like that. There's something different about it from the actual, like the one in LA.
I don't think I think the plane had flown. I don't think the shuttle had been used.
But still full scale and everything.
It's full scale. They cut open the sides so you can walk in and out and up the stairs. And then there was a SpaceX rocket, and Lauren was like,
Falcon 9 or
I can't remember.
Probably a Falcon 9. I doubt did it have things on the side like a Falcon Heavy?
No.
So it was just a Falcon 9 probably. Yeah.
But it was weird because I was like, when I drove with you to LA to kick off the bike ride, we saw the one, and I have the footage of it. I still haven't edited that together.
Leave it.
Just like.
And then while you were seeing, and then I saw a launch.
Yeah, in
Florida,
in Orlando. Well, what city was it?
Yeah, Port Canaveral area.
Yeah,
near Cape Canaveral. But
it wasn't the Cape Canaveral launch pad.
No, it is.
Oh,
you're actually in. Yeah, you're at it.
That was
the
the
Kennedy
one.
Space Center is. you have to take the bus and you go around the big fucking crazy building where they service the shuttle and all that stuff. You don't have to go through that to go see a launch because you can see it from multiple vantage points. But your admission gets you access. So you go to where they have the Saturn V.
Yeah. And I saw one of those. That was pretty cool.
Incredible. Yeah. Absolutely mind blowing. Like, chokes me up just thinking about it. But yeah, and then they have like a viewing bleachers set up back.
Yeah.
And there's multiple pads that you see across the marsh or swamp or water or whatever. Bay. I don't know what the hell it is.
The Bay of Pigs.
There's alligators. But there's multiple pads. So you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say 4 or 5 different pads, and ours was on the far right. But yeah, it was actually there.
And then you took a picture, and it wasn't a bad picture. But you when you sent it to the archive or when you posted it or something, you were like, not my ideal setup for this thing. But
no, because I didn't.
What did you have? You had your Sony Alpha 1.
The idea was, I had been looking to see if launches would happen
while you were going to be there.
Yeah, and one got scrubbed and happened to work out so that it was enough time for us to get there, which is like an hour drive plus, and then see the launch, deal with the bus traffic back, and then we got to pick up Scott like to the minute, but we're all the way back at the airport, like an hour back.
Wild.
So it worked out just incredibly perfectly, and it was right down to like the last 10 minutes of whether or not it was a go, no go, because they had a lot of winds and a lot of clouds coming in. Yeah. So they were just right at the borderline. They were able to do it. And then the other cool thing about it was that normally when they do the landings from, the separation, those are out at sea, but they actually landed it right back on the pad.
Whoa.
So they have landing pads there, but I was able to see that, and that's mind blowing, man.
Yeah. It's like trying to balance this pin on my hand, and they get it to land.
It's just so mind blowing. But anyway, to answer your question, I did not bring the kit that I would bring if I knew that for sure I was going to see a launch, because you go to see a launch, it could easily be scrubbed.
Yeah.
So
someone sneezes funny.
You need to be prepared if you're going to take all that gear out there, be prepared to be there for like a week, so that there's a chance you could see another one that's scheduled, or they reschedule it within that time frame.
Yeah. But
I would have preferred to bring very long lenses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I had my 135, and I had an Alpha 1, and I had the A7CR. Mm-hmm. So for that particular photo, I used the A7CR just so I could get the little bit extra resolution. Because it's 10 kilometers. You're 10 kilometers from it.
Yeah.
So... And it still was a pretty damn good photo considering, but it definitely wouldn't have been my best work, but I pulled it down.
But you got it.
But I was able to capture it, and I was happy about that.
What,
Speaking of, I'm sorry to cut you off about Houston, but yeah, you reminded me because it's just a funny thing.
Yeah. No, that picture is cool. If I might have cleaned out my phone, but I'll put it in the video version. No, you pulled it down?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I'll give you one.
Oh, okay.
If you're desperate.
But yeah, the Houston Space Center was very cool. We did that little tour that let us sit in the seats that overlooked the old command center, and they played a little video.
Was it interactive?
So there were interactive stuff in the main. There was interactive stuff in the main part of the museum, but that part, it was just like, come sit in the seats and we'll play this little video and we'll make computers light up.
Okay, was it the actual command center? Because in the Kennedy Space Center, they have a very similar thing, and it's literally the actual command center.
Supposedly.
They rebuilt it and brought it there. But yours, Houston, like literally Houston, we have a problem, so it could have been the one.
It's supposed to be the command center.
Yeah, that's what they said about Kennedy one, because we saw basically the same thing. We sat in the seats, and then they lit shit up. And
they were they're like, you sit in the chair, we're going to watch a 10-minute video, but like try not to touch, like don't touch anything. And like even there were ashtrays on the backs of the seats in front of you. And they were like, don't fiddle with the ashtray. Like it was like, do you remember like when cars had ashtrays and they like had the little pop out? Mm-hmm. It was like that. They're like, don't play with that. Those are original.
That is awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, our video was really cool. We didn't have the ashtrays things because we were in like a literal like audience.
Yeah,
seating.
and so that was the audience seating we were in, were the friends and the family seating, like the family of the astronauts would have sat in these chairs.
So that's like the next
overlooking.
level compared to what we got, because they even did like a blast simulation and all that.
Oh,
Did yours?
no,
they didn't do that.
No.
Oh, we got that. So they did the rumble and everything.
Oh no,
yeah, it was amazing.
The audio, wasn't turned up very loud, and that was the thing too, is like the Houston's, that's supposed, if we were actually in it and wasn't just a replica just to appease us, you never know. There were like 3 tall buildings we rode in a golf cart, one of those like Universal Studios studio tram tours.
Yeah.
We're in the tram, and there's 3 buildings. I'm like, that, like, they're telling us this is the original one, but it could be in this building or in this building, and this is just the replica one, and they're just putting on a show for us. I don't know. I'm just a little cynical about it.
I mean, I love that stuff. Like, that's super up my alley. If I return to Houston, it'll be a huge priority to go there. But
and that was the thing too. They were like, so this was used through the 70s and the 80s, but we reset up a lot of the 60s computers back in here. We kind of refurbished it to what it was like in the 60s.
That's awesome.
And then the big projectors, screens, they just had newer projectors behind them, and then played the 10-minute video in those.
Still cool.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing you did in Houston, and then you went to Galveston? Isn't that like a 45-minute drive plus?
Yeah, we went out there because I wanted to see the beach and I wanted to see the Pleasure Pier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were looking for music stores.
Uh-huh.
We were on the hunt for a vinyl record for Lauren's and Jake's sister, and we couldn't find it. And we ended up not finding. Honestly, I can't remember that there was a cat on the cover of it. It was a band I hadn't really followed, but Hannah loves.
Cool.
Yeah, and we ended up at a guitar shop where this guy makes like Telecasters out of sunken ship wood or something.
It was pretty cool. I saw it in your video.
Those were pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then we went to just all the museums. They have a modern art museum. They have a natural history museum.
The museum, I was told by someone, if you read one of my posts about it, the museum area is not very safe, apparently.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm sure you didn't run into anything like that because
there were so many small children. I don't know. We were at things the week of like, and it was the week of Thanksgiving, or following Thanksgiving. And when we went to the Natural History Museum, there was a bus load of children getting offloaded. When we went to the Space Center, the bus load of children getting offloaded. We went to the zoo.
Busload of children at Pleasure Pier.
No, yeah, Pleasure Pier. Yeah, I've heard Pleasure Pier is also not a very safe area. Yeah. But it was pretty chill for us. Galveston also had a trolley, like a true, not a Fresno trolley that's secretly a bus, but an actual trolley rail system. And I tried to get on it, but it just didn't come frequently enough. We waited like, supposedly it comes on the half hour, but sometimes it falls behind. And we waited for like 15 minutes, and Lauren and Jake were like, if it's not here, let's just go. And I was like, okay. I wanted to ride the $1 trolley. And then we went to San Diego between Christmas and New Year's, and we did ride the trolley there. But there's our buses.
Yeah, but it runs much more frequently. We're talking about the same one.
Yeah, the old town San
which is
Diego
nice.
trolley. Yeah.
It's nice there. And now it's all flooded.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like you just missed it. It's wild.
Getting into San Diego's flooded. Getting in San Diego's flooded. Getting out of San Diego's flooded.
All of the coast of California, the western coast, the partially king tides, but also all the other crap that's going on.
Yeah,
and just flooding everywhere. Morro Bay got hammered.
I'm excited to have beachfront property in Fresno in the coming years.
Yeah, I'm not.
No,
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. But. You did that. You did San Diego. What did you do? What else did you do in San Diego? You had like an Airbnb kind of thing with the family.
Yeah, so it was my mom's 60th birthday.
Oh, I didn't know. She didn't tell me that.
No, she didn't want to make a big deal about it.
Oh.
Well, her birthday was also back in October.
I see.
And she was just like, I want to go on a trip with all my
Mom
kids.
does not look 60. It's crazy.
So she's got, yeah, she works out. She takes care of herself. Yeah, so Lauren and I, Brandon and Maya, Delaney and Nick, and then my parents, yeah, we just got a big Airbnb house and just chilled for a week.
Was it fun?
Yeah. Went to the big zoo there. So both Houston has a huge zoo. San Diego's zoo was huge.
Did you see Houston Zoo?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you went there, but I missed that in the video. But yeah, I didn't get to go.
I haven't edited everything from Houston.
I see.
Yeah, I got back and I was just like, oh, I've got stuff to talk about, so I didn't even do like a.
And usually you have a months-long backlog anyway.
Yeah. I'm catching up.
In there.
And yeah, it was a ton of fun. But yeah, that's what we've been up to, huh? And then yeah, we're interested to see what does or does not happen with the Apple Vision Pro. I'm excited for my Meta Ray-Ban glasses, but we're gonna, unless, or at least for me, unless like there's something that I absolutely need to get a job done, I'm not really gonna buy anything.
Same. I don't have anything planned.
I'm gonna try to make my Honda Element last another year because the Volkswagen ID Buzz is still not out yet, and even then,
wait a year.
I probably wouldn't even be able to get
version
one.
And
yeah, but also just there's a ton of my friend Tong was telling me there's so many like VW enthusiasts.
They're gonna skyrocket.
They're gonna snap them all up.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be great to have an NACS version, so I don't have to carry a dongle with me.
Yeah, no, I would like to either not have a car anymore or keep this one for the next decade.
Yeah.
Whatever comes first.
Definitely. Yeah. I try to ride my bike as much as possible. I try to carpool with Lauren. Just trying to keep money in my pocket and
good.
And whatever environment, just not be a pavement pilled.
Do the best you can.
Fresnan. I know I send you the Instagram reels or TikToks from Cities by Diana.
She's funny.
But so funny.
They're good.
So good.
They're getting more and more unhinged even.
Yeah.
And they were already fucking
They were already unhinged. And now there's like lore between Diana and the Lane Man and
yeah.
So good. If you love humor about,
I think, and also with City Skyline too, she took what was a disaster of a release and made it far more interesting anyway.
It's funny,
among other things. There's so many details.
The glitchiness, like it adds to the unhingedness of her videos. So check out Cities by Diana. What else? Any other closing thoughts before we wrap this party up?
That's it, man. We have so much going on.
Yeah.
It's a big year. I think that, boy.
Let's just survive it.
Just get through it.
The theme is survival.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
For me, especially.
Yeah.
Literally.
Saving or frugality, survival.
Yeah.
I mean, I still need to survive it too. What good is being frugal if I don't get to enjoy the fruits of my labor?
That's right.
Speaking of, my dad got it. Last thing, my dad got his new car.
Yeah, congratulations.
So he'd been talking. I remember being little, and my dad just being like, "When I retire, I'm going to buy myself a Porsche. I'm just going to hit the road."
Awesome.
So my dad's been retired. This is his second year of retirement. He just got himself the Cayman S.
Yeah.
So he's had it about a week. I got to drive it earlier today, simply because I was getting the oil change in my Element, and I needed my dad to like drive me around. So he let me try it out. And if you're not in a rush, we can. We still got some hours.
Maybe.
Just swing by and.
I'm very happy for him.
Yeah,
it's a
me
big
too.
deal.
He's been saving up.
Of all the people,
he worked hard for it.
Yeah, he did.
He's 67.
Not only did he work hard, but he managed to be present and be part of the family and to
he wasn't just working hard and never was in our lives or anything. So
I know quite a few people like that. Some of them rub me the wrong way. Let's just say because
they're focused on their goals, but they're not taking care of the families that they've created or whatever.
You know, what a lucky thing it is for kids to have parents, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up here. And if we do go over and take a car for a spin, we'll put some footage at the end. All right. This has been Editor. I'm Kyle.
I'm Gilbert.
We'll see you next time. Peace.